New video shows the moment Ukraine claims it detonated a powerful bomb under a key Russian bridge to Crimea. The attack comes hours after peace talks between the two countries fell apart. Meanwhile, Russia's launching new strikes of its own. Ukraine's military says at least 7 people are dead and close to 50 are injured in the latest attacks in Ukraine. Let's bring in ABC's Patrick Reevell and ABC News contributor, national security and defense analyst Mick Mulroy for more. Patrick, what's the latest on these new attacks?
Hi, Dan. Yeah, as you say, Ukraine's security service has now released this video showing what it says is a powerful explosive device detonating under this bridge that Russia built to Crimea. The explosion, apparently, according to Ukraine, from an explosive device that was more than 1,000 kilos of TNT. Now, it's unclear how much damage has been done to this bridge. Ukraine also posted a picture showing the road top, which appeared not to have been particularly damaged, but Ukraine claiming that the struts of the bridge underwater were badly damaged. Russia so far has not spoken publicly about it at all. The bridge was closed for at least 2 hours, but in just the last few minutes, they're saying that they have now reopened it. But clearly, there seems to be an attempt by Ukraine to continue another spectacular attack following that surprise and stunning drone operation that hit Russian airfields over the weekend. And so Ukraine clearly here trying to hit Russia again with another powerful psychological blow. And as you say, also another very deadly attack up in northern Ukraine, Russia firing rocket artillery into the center of into a residential area in the northern city of Sumy. At least 7 people killed, as well as almost 50 people injured. An example, really, of how this war is continuing to escalate despite the peace talks, Dan.
Mick, does Russia have any incentive right now to back off any of its demands and try to resume these peace talks with Ukraine?
Diane, they don't have much, to be frank. They've seen a change in the U.S. When it comes to supporting Ukraine. They likely think that that's going to continue. I hope it does not. They've seen a lot of rhetoric, I think the right kind of rhetoric, on increasing sanctions against Russia, but they haven't seen it move in the Senate. And of course, they have seen a lot of talk about unfreezing their assets that have been frozen to go to Ukraine. Until these start happening, till the security assistance increases, the Sanctioning Russia Act passes and gets implemented, and they see their assets unfrozen to go to Ukraine's defense, they're going to continue this war unabated. They will show up to some of these ceasefire negotiations, maybe swap prisoners, send low-level bureaucrats to represent themselves. But until they see those others happen, it's unlikely Russia is going to change their stance when it comes to the ceasefire.
Patrick, what's President Zelensky saying about the U.S. involvement in future talks?
Yeah, Dan, I mean, President Zelensky's chief of staff, Andriy Yermak, is in D.C. today to meet with Trump administration officials following those talks in Istanbul yesterday, which clearly produced very little. And the message from the Ukrainians has been pretty consistent, which is that they want the Trump administration to impose sanctions on Russia, to try and force them to really negotiate. Obviously, President Trump has previously said that he's increasingly frustrated with Vladimir Putin, that he believes Putin is not negotiating in good faith right now, and has threatened within the next 2 weeks to impose sanctions. But clearly, following the talks yesterday, where we saw Russia just repeat the same very extreme demands, and even today we've heard from a top Kremlin official saying that they don't see these talks as a way to reach a compromise. They see them as a way to get the, quote, complete destruction of the current Ukrainian government. So clearly we're seeing the Russians digging in and not really negotiating. The question now is, will we finally see President Trump impose sanctions as he has threatened, Diane?
Mick, U.S. officials say Ukraine didn't tell the Trump administration about these attacks in advance. What do you make of that?
I don't think it's odd at all, quite frankly. Somebody who's been involved in a lot of covert operations. These are very close hold, even inside your own government, even inside your own agency. And these were conducted by the SBU, which is the Ukrainian equivalent of the CIA. It's likely very few people in the SBU knew about this. So it's such an operation that relies on operational security to be successful that it makes perfect sense to me. I imagine they told them as soon as it was carried out and executed, they informed the U.S. government. They likely informed the governments of their allies in Europe as well. But before, very unlikely it would happen.
All right, Patrick Reevell, Mick Mulroy, thank you both.